New York Giants content to rest on last year's Super Bowl trophy? If you think that, you don't know head coach Tom Coughlin, who stresses to his team, never be satisfied. The Bengals and the Giants coming to you next in high definition by Sony. High definition, it's in our DNA. Welcome back to Giant Stadium, everyone. Carson Palmer looking for a breakout game today. He's been very un-Carson Palmer-like so far. No TDs, 3 picks. Let's see if the Bengals try to jump on the Giants in a hurry. Play fake. Palmer under pressure, trying to get away and can't. Chad Johnson was flying up the left side. Palmer couldn't get it away.
Boy, this crowd at the Meadowlands loves their defensive unit. It goes back for generations. And again, right off the bat, it's Kiwanuka coming around the corner. Carson Palmer now, he has no chance of completing a pass. Just fighting, trying to stay on. The Giants smart enough to pick him up.
2nd and goal, the Giants knocking on the door. Brandon Jacobs. Touchdown.
Now the Giants' offensive line asserted themselves on that drive by giving Eli Manning plenty of protection and room in the running game for the running backs when they need a good surge. Nobody there to meet Jacobs when he goes up into the air. And while he didn't get it over by much, he clearly broke the plane with the football.
Brandon Jacobs with his first touchdown of the season. A 9-play, 80-yard drive, and the extra point is good. 10:36 to play here in the first half. The Giants have grabbed a 7-3 lead on this touchdown leap by Brandon Jacobs. Bengals had 19 first downs in their first 2 games. Dan, they have 9 here in the first half. Palmer under pressure, tripped up and goes down at the 25. That's Barry Cofield. 3rd sack of the day for the Giant defense.
And don't say just because you weigh 300 pounds you can't run, because Cofield puts on quite a burst. Palmer's going to try to run away from him, and he actually is able to burst for about 2 or 3 steps, extend, and just get the back of the right leg of Carson Palmer. That's got to be a good feeling for a defensive tackle. Run down a quarterback from behind.
That's going to take us down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here at Giant Stadium. The Bengals and the Giants tied at 10.
I'll bet you nobody wore an 83 jersey during practice.
Chapman, 5 catches, 59 yards. Palmer looking at a 3rd and 3. From behind.
Kiwanuka again. Went right around Levi Jones.
4th sack of the day by the Giants.
Well, it's the way the game started, was Kiwanuka getting the corner. He just gets a great jump against Levi Jones, who's, if you look at it, Levi Jones has his back to the line of scrimmage about 5 yards away from it. That's, as an offensive lineman, you are finished. And Carson Palmer did a heck of a job holding on to that football. I'll bet you more than half the time in that same scenario, that ends up being a strip and a fumble by the defensive end, who tomahawks that. He has that feeling right now. Cincinnati, I think, showing a little more than the Rams did last week.
Looking to invade Giant territory once again on 1st down. Palmer under the gun and goes down. Fred Robbins again. That's the 5th Giant sack of the day.
How sweet it is when you can pressure the quarterback the way the Giants do it. And again, a blow in the middle. Pass protection always starts at the middle, works its way out. If a guy does get loose, you can't have it be through that A gap. And
John Carney is going to line this one up from 46 yards out, looking for the tie game.
Johnson was lucky he wasn't called there for a personal foul.
On its way and looks good. John Carney in his 20th NFL season with stops in Tampa, San Diego, New Orleans, Jacksonville, and Kansas City just pulled the Giants into a 13-all tie. 6:23 to play in the third. James Brown.
Second down on this drive and the last drive. They didn't get in on a blitz last time. Do they try it this way or just go with 4?
Palmer needs the Giant 39 for a first down. He goes down. Yet another Giant sack, this one by Dave Tollefson. 6th sack of the day for New York.
Boy, they're all getting in on the action. And that's the way you play a scheme defense. Everybody else draws the blocker. Who's going to be the free guy? Tollefson is able to sneak around left guard. You can't come out of here without points. That's Tom Coughlin went into the coaching manual that says you don't have a drive like this far into territory in a tie game, into Cincinnati territory, come out with nothing.
That's page 1 of the manual, isn't it?
It's right. It's in the preamble.
From 26 yards out, the kick is good. And as we come up on 11 and a half to play in regulation, the Giants regain the lead at 16-13.
Way under the radar.
3rd and goal from the 4.
All right, a little jump ball to 17 maybe. He's out there all by himself, one-on-one.
Manning holding, throwing, end zone, touchdown. Kevin Boss, the tight end.
What a disappointing drive for Marvin Lewis and his defensive football team.
And for Tom Coughlin and his crew, pretty much like you draw it up.
And Boss appears to be shaken up.
The kick is good. 1:50 on the clock.
Well, we talked about Burris being a big target. Here comes Boss there on the left of your screen. He's 6'6". And a tight end, a big man in close quarters. Here he is right now, taking the outside shoulder and then released by Cincinnati. And by the time the safeties are able to get back over in on it, Ndukwe is too late.
That is the 6th lead change of the day. And for Eli Manning, it was theirs.
Marvin White really got a big hit in on Boss after he caught the football. Thing came out as bizarre as it did. He's lucky that wasn't a fumble, that it didn't get knocked clean out of his hand before he started his motion.
3rd and 10. Manning looks down the sideline. He's got his man caught. Amani Toomer pulled it in, and he's out of bounds at the 7.
And Eli Manning makes that pass under unbelievable pressure. He can't step into it at all. He's got pressure in his face. And look at Amani Toomer. He got them both. Did he have total control of the ball? Yes, he did.
The give is to Derek Ward, straight ahead, inside the 5.
I can't talk about the quality of that delivery by Eli Manning under that kind of pressure. And look at Amani Toomer get the left, then the right, and then just for good measure, taps the left down again.
9 minutes.
Receiving leader of the Giants, and Manning under unbelievable pressure. And I'm sure Marvin Lewis, staring into the face of 0-3, can hardly believe it.
Ball will be placed down at the 12. 22 yards. Carney for the win. The New York Giants start the season 3-0 for the first time since 2000. What an effort by the Bengals. What a win for the New York Giants. 26-23 is the final. The Bengals came in looking to turn the tables on the defending Super Bowl champions, and they came close.
And a lot of credit to Cincinnati. Most people saw this game as a total blowout, and they fought hard.
Eli Manning, 26 of 43 for 289 yards and a touchdown, and Carson Palmer played his heart out and came up just short. Our final score, the Giants 26-23 in overtime. Up next, the NFL on CBS continues with doubleheader action. For Dan Deerdorf, Greg Gumbel saying so long from Giants Stadium. You've been watching the NFL on CBS. We will join James Brown in New York right after this.